excited because I have Sylvia Dana with me today as my guest, which I do interviews with the agents that have joined me here at Epique Realty. And I really like to just have a candid conversation to find out like what is it that made you make this move? So Sylvia, thank you so much for joining me today and doing this.
Thanks for
I
having me.
I love working with you, first of all. So this has been a real treat for me because I just love the friendship that we've been creating. And you know what? What in life could be better than like working with your friends? And
Right, exactly.
I love doing that. I love building and I love what we're doing. So thank you so much. So I have about 3 questions that I'm going to ask you today. And so just, let's just talk about it. Like it's a conversation. So the first question that I have is, what is it about Epique Realty that made you decide to join?
So when Epic found me, I wasn't looking to join anything except for continuing to stay where I was. Thought I was perfectly happy where I was. I had no intention to even look, but through a series of events was forced to look. Um, and once I looked at all the benefits and took them seriously and not just like fluff, 'cause that's how I first saw them.
Yeah.
Agent benefits is what's first attracted me in the way that I can see the value of why an agent would be attracted to this brokerage because of these types of benefits, like the listing photos and the sign installs and the transaction coordinators, just basic help for an agent trying to get a commission check. It just made sense, you know. And then there's the extra things like ease for the agent with the car washes and the billboards and the ads and the leads. It just made sense. So I had to take it seriously once I really thought about it, because I didn't
Yeah.
look. I wouldn't look. And then when
I
I
know. I know what you mean because like you see it all and it's like there's so much, first of all,
Mhm.
then you're just kind of like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Not
But then
real,
when
whatever.
you're yeah, then you're like, wait a minute, what? They do they give you free photography
Mhm.
photos? Like what? I know.
Yeah. And then when I looked at, just the splits and the declining caps, that was really intriguing. And then the fact that there is revenue share in stock as well. And it's pre-IPO, like it's not publicly traded yet. And I saw the huge opportunity because my previous brokerage, um, I never thought much about the stock, didn't care about the stock, but it ended up being the stock at my previous brokerage that was life-changing for me. And I knew if I would have gotten in earlier, it would have even been so much more impactful, like times 100. And
Right.
s- and so but I got in, later, I guess. I thought I was an OG, but not really compared to some who just joined 2 years previously or 2 years before that, So, so just seeing that opportunity, I was like, wow, I have an opportunity I cannot pass up,
Yeah.
and then I had to look at, well, why would I leave the place where I was? Because I was happy there. The grass isn't always greener, so why would I leave? You know?
Yeah.
And then I had to take a hard look at that and have like, woodshed moment with myself about that. And I realized,
That That's hard. Like
mhm,
I just have to interrupt you really quick because that's exactly how I felt. I was at our previous broker for 7 years and it was 7 years and it's like I had a dream at the beginning of the 7 years and I think you probably feel the same way. Like I had a dream and I felt like I knew what my dream was, but other people weren't getting on board with my dream. And it was not necessarily one thing or the other, but it just wasn't all coming together for whatever reason. But
Yeah.
I never wanted to leave either. And we've had
Yeah.
this conversation before, and I'm so glad that I did, because I'm seeing that dream come true now. That
Right.
was just kind of preparation for what's going on now.
That interesting. Well, and same with me. And I was there for 7 years. We were at the same place. But I joined 1 year after you and left 1 year after you, basically. So
Yeah.
it's just kind of interesting. But yeah, I thought just exactly when I called you, when I finally looked at the thing, and then I called you, I was like, and then I want to tell me what this is, and then
Yeah.
and so anyway, once we got in a conversation and I talked to more people, and it really felt like, wow, this I saw something happening for myself that I just didn't expect. But I had been like asking the universe for something different,
Yeah.
for a change some way. I like something's got to change in how I'm doing things. And so I saw that as my answer. And,
Yeah.
and
Same.
here I am.
Here we
So
are.
ta-da!
Awesome. All right. So this next question that I have for you is, it's kind of special to me because you and I have the same heart. This heart, the heart of a teacher. Like, we really, that dream for me for those 7 years was about helping other agents. When I was asked, way back in like 2016 to be a mentor, I
Mm,
took that very seriously. I took that to heart. I was like, yeah, like, I've been an agent for, at that point, I don't know, 15 years or something like that. Now 22, so do the math. But I was like, this is like really exciting to me. Like, I'm excited about this whole mentor thing. And I did that for 7 years, but I wasn't seeing the results that I wanted to see with that brokerage.
yeah.
So now I'm seeing the fruits of my labor, like, really, because there's something here for agents. So my next question is for you personally. For you, what is it about Epic? What do you see that Epic has for agents that's so different, that's
Mhm.
going to help agents?
Well, Mm, you know, one thing that I'm noticing when people are ask me about this brokerage, they always compare it to my previous brokerage, our previous brokerage.
Yes.
And I have to say, we're not that
Mm-mm.
very different.
Very, very
Is it
different.
also a cloud brokerage? Yes. Do we have rev share stock? Yes. But
But I
otherwise it's
think everyone will from this point forward. Like that,
yeah,
that standard was set a while back. Like, that's what's going to be the new real estate
sure.
brokerage. So, yeah.
So, but we're not that. So, the area leader thing I think is so different. Um, so being an area leader, because we both are, right?
Yeah.
Is really gratifying because I'm reaching out to all these Epic agents in our area, inviting them to come to my open office hours, inviting them to come to a Zoom for a mastermind, inviting them to come to a local event, letting them know I'm available for their questions, reminding them about our state meetings, in emails and texts. And so they're hearing from
Yeah.
me a variety of ways, and they're getting to know, they're starting to figure it out. It's been a
Yeah.
couple months, right? And they're starting to figure it out. And like, so I had open office hours last week, an agent that I hadn't seen yet. She came to like one event, but she came in and it's like, she was the only one that showed, but she came in. I was just kind of cleaning and setting stuff up in the office. And she's like, yeah, I just thought I'd come and hang out. I'm like, oh, okay, great. Yeah, have a seat. Let me know if you need anything. And she's like, well, she wanted to know about using Lofty. And so we kind of went over how to use that CRM a little bit just to get started with it and resources to get started. And so we talked about that. And then she's like, if I get a listing, I don't know what I even am going to do. I'm like, oh, okay, well, here is a checklist I have. Look this over, see what makes sense, and let me know your questions on it. And then, if you want to come back again, next time, and we can work together again, or if you want to schedule a call, it's like, and it was just gratifying that because my experience in my previous brokerage when I was a mentor, like I just, it was it felt different. Like I had to really chase the agents that I was mentoring
Well,
to
and
get.
it was 1, 2, 3 and done.
Yeah,
That is not enough
it's not a
time. The thing I
relationship.
love about Epic is like I'm your mentor for life. Like
Yeah.
for the length of your time at Epic Realty, you have a mentor in your area, and we're called area leaders.
Mhm.
And when I step down from that role, which, I don't know that I ever will, but when I do, someone will replace me and you will still have a mentor. They don't go away. We have local events. Like this is something so different than anything that I've ever, you
Yeah.
know,
The
been a
local
part of.
the local support is, and then just, not just for the agents, but it's like in that way I have it too, in a way, because like, I'm kind of bringing people around me and I'm finding out how I can help them. What do they
Yeah.
need? What do they like? How can I adapt and to that? And even like the mega icons team leader that is in my he's not in my sales organization, he's just in my area. He appreciates this, having a local person to call. Like, of course, he's been in real estate longer than me. He he knows what he's doing. Just having support to ask a
Yeah.
question, like someone to advocate for him, like he appreciates that, you know.
Yeah. I always say, like, for the air, what does I get asked all the time, like, what's the area leader do? And I always say the three C's. We create community. We bring, we teach everyone about culture, like the culture of our city and all of that. And one of the most important ones that I'm learning is camaraderie.
Mm,
Those agents are getting to not only know me, but they're getting to know each other and they're feeling like they're a part of something, like their own little tribe. And I love that. And I feel like we need that as agents. And so we always have each other to go off of, but always you have your area leader. So I'm
nice.
sure you're finding that too. And I love being a part of that. So
Yeah,
awesome.
that's what makes us I think sets us apart the most
Yeah.
current.
Yeah. On top of that, we have all of the coaching, like all of the coaching that we have in the cloud for agents. I
Mhm,
spent thousands of dollars.
mhm.
My husband's in the other room on coaching over the years to get to where I am. And at Epic, like we've got 3 different amazing coaching platforms for you built into our system. So it's a lot. I love it.
Yeah,
All right.
there's
Third question, final question is, in your opinion, and this is an opinion,
mm,
where do you see Epic in 5 years from now? Like, let's pick ourselves up and put us down the road 5 years. Because we were with our previous brokerage for 7. I thought I was going to retire from that. Like, I don't know that I'll ever retire, but I thought I was going down. I thought
uh,
you said it best once when you said, I thought they were going to have to pry my cold, dead
yeah,
hands
right,
off
cool, good
of
hands
that
off.
company.
Yeah.
But no, they didn't. And so I was able to make this move. But so we saw a lot of that growth. So where do you see this company in 5 years from now?
So it's sort of bittersweet in that right now I'm enjoying sort of the hominess of it, you know,
Yeah.
that we're on Zoom, we sees each other, we have their meetings. It's got a very personal touch in so many ways. Um, and what I hope that is in 5 years, we somehow can maintain that
Yes.
company. Obviously we have it with the area leader function, right? um but I hope we can maintain the purity and the hominess of that. So that's one thing I'm just gonna hope for. Okay.
I agree 100%. But we're setting the area leader position up for that so that
Yeah,
we always have that small town feel in a
that's
big city.
yeah, and I love that. And I love that. So I think, and knowing what's happening with area leader stuff and the regional leaders and things we're setting up for that and being a part of seeing this being built as we go. Um, I feel like that is going to get very strong and it's
Yeah.
going to be like I don't think anybody will be able to match it.
Yeah.
Uh, for a long
Well, I
so
think you're right. Well, they designed our company so that that was all worked into it. Like we were set up to include all of these agent benefits. Like that's how our business plan was. And so we're debt free. Like we just have something that from day one, there was a budget for all of that stuff. So I think we're already seeing some
Mm,
some people are calling them copycats, but I think it's just great because I really genuinely want everybody to be
mm,
happy. If
yeah,
you're an agent and you're at a brokerage and you're happy, stay there. We
yeah,
don't, this is we're looking for people who want to join, and that's the key thing. And so those other companies are kind of adopting some of the agent benefits, which
yeah.
I love. The message from our founder Josh said that's great because we set out initially to revolutionize the industry, the brokerages, so that the brokerages were offering more to the agents. and
Mhm.
i and i love that, so I see that being continued. So sorry, keep going. I
No,
just
no, 100%. Like I see that too. And that's what the vision is being cast, right? We are affecting the real estate industry to benefit realtors to be more agent centric across the board, not just with our own brokerage.
right,
So
right.
I see it being an influencer, but in 5 years, like I don't know. I mean, I don't know how big we'll be. I know by the end of this year we'll be in all the states. I know within 2 years we're going to be going global and entering other countries, and then there's already what 9 or more countries on the waiting list to be
Yeah,
able to participate with what our model is, and it's really interesting, and I don't know what it's going to look like. So I guess I predict, in my opinion, is that what we're building will just keep getting strengthened. Like being here right now, like and seeing how things are getting built, it's like I can see, I don't know, it's like I can see it happening. Like I can
yeah,
see it build, I see like the foundation is getting stronger, and we're part of that.
I
So
know, I love
I guess I
that.
guess I guess in 5 years we're gonna see a finished building,
Yeah,
um, that we will keep renovating and we will keep growing, and it will I don't know. This part I'm not good at this part. All I know is for what I dream for myself in 5 years,
I love
that
it.
in 5 years, when you said you had a dream at our previous brokerage about what it was going to be and what you could accomplish in 7 years, like I feel like we have that now.
I do too, 100%. Like, I feel like, especially working with like-minded agents like you and the different training programs that we've created to help our agents and put together and that we're sharing in, like, I send people to you if I see what they're doing, and like, you know, we send them to Epique. We know right what coaching platform to go help them, what they need. Like, but just being able to have all the tools in our toolbox to be able to actually help agents create an amazing real estate business. And I
Hmm.
always say, I think of real estate as like a gateway, a doorway to whatever else you want to do.
Yeah.
Like, it's the one thing that could pull you out of poverty if you get your real estate license. And I know because I was there. I
Mhm.
literally tell the story all the time about how if I could do this, anyone can do this. Follow me, I'll show you how.
Yeah.
And I love that. I just love what we're doing. And so I'm really excited to work with you in the future and really just help as many people as we can to find the American dream, not the
Yeah.
American dream of homeownership, because that's always important and that's
Yeah.
great, but the American dream of being self employed
Mhm.
and actually having control over your time and actually being able to live out your purpose. Like
Yeah.
that is so important. I feel my purpose has been to go through all these trials and all this BS that I've been through for my entire life, to be able to find those solutions. Like I love to say I'm a solution based person at this point, and I feel like somewhat of a guide. Like I just want to help guide people to those solutions.
Yeah.
And you're the same way. You are a
Yeah.
former teacher.
Yeah.
former teacher. You just have such a gift in the way that you're able to teach people and technology. Like I still go to your stuff today.
Yeah.
I
Well,
love it.
I hate when agents feel like handicapped because they can't, or held back because
Yes.
they know how to accomplish something with tech. Um, and
Yeah.
and I am a resourceful person, and I
Yep.
know how to tell people this is a way that you can
Yes.
go get this information or to do this thing, and I like being able to show agents that, and that's the other thing that I love about what we're doing is with this particular company. How this model works is, you feel so much more connected to the agents that you're working with,
Yes.
um that you wouldn't have otherwise, even at a local, like, you know brick and mortar brokerage,
Yeah.
a lot more connection, I think. So
Yeah.
exciting.
Awesome. Well, I love it. I love you. I'm so grateful. Wait, one more thing. I know that you're working on something, and I want to give you a little plug to that.
Oh,
Do you have like a challenge already, or is it coming soon?
well, okay. So, all right. So I just finished a challenge. So I have a group. It's a free group called Digital Dominators. And
Love it.
anybody can join the group, and anybody can participate in these challenges as long as you're a real estate agent. And so my last challenge was implementing the I have a goal script. And by sharing your goal with your sphere, with past clients, with new leads, old leads, doesn't matter, your social media sphere, um, implementing the I have a goal script in a variety of ways, through video messaging, through reels, through emails, through calls, through texts, and the variety of ways, postcards, to share your
Love it.
or what you want, how many people you want to help buy or sell real estate in the rest of the year. And so we just finished that challenge for June, but the challenge still available to
Yeah.
anybody. And tomorrow at Digital Domination Masterclass, I'm going to be unveiling the next challenge for July, but I'll just tell you what it is. It's
Oh, okay.
I know, sneak
Because
peek.
by the time I share this, it will be after
Yeah.
tomorrow. So,
So for the month of July, it will be a weekly email challenge. Sending a weekly email either from your
oh,
CRM, and knowing, making sure that those emails are going to get delivered with, from that CRM, versus a tool like MailChimp or Constant Contact, whatever tool you want to use to provide infotainment to your database. So when they think of real estate, they will think of you in a more regular way, because sometimes a monthly newsletter isn't enough. Um,
yeah,
and a campaign isn't enough. Sometimes
right.
there's needs to be more interaction. So this is a
It
way.
needs to
And
have a little bit of you in it. Like I
yeah.
love that. Oh, I can't
So
wait. I'm
so
excited.
I'm talking not only about the content, but the tech of it.
Yeah.
Ricky Caruth, anybody who follows Ricky Caruth, he's a weekly email guy. And I really learned the weekly email, idea from him and implementing it. But as far as like the tech and actually coming up with the content and actually implementing it, that's where I come in.
I love it. I'm so excited.
Mhm.
I love your whole digital domination membership as well. I'm gonna get a link to all of your stuff, your website, so that'll be in the video here. So anybody who wants to go follow Sylvia, she's amazing, to not only just watch what she does, but to jump on her calls and be a part, because she's has that teacher skill and is able to just explain things on digital for us realtors who are like, Google what?
Exactly. All
So
right. Well,
thank
thanks
you.
for having
That's
me.
awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. And
Bye.
I can't wait to see what we do together.